Hi all, in this lab, let us understand how to implement usage plans and message throttling for individual APIs in API Gateway. Okay, let's get started. So we have created one REST API called calculate price, and then we have defined one resource called median price calculator, and the backend is Lambda. When the client sends a request to this API, API Gateway will validate first whether this particular user, request quota is available. That means he might have assigned, this user is configured a particular usage plan, and also the number of messages that is eligible to make a request, right? So all of that will be validated as a part of the usage plans and message validation phase, and only when if there is enough quota available for him to make the call, then the call will be proceeded further to make a call to the backend API and get the response back and send it back to the clients. Okay. So here, let us understand how to implement throttling and also implement various usage plans and also API keys which are required for the end user to call the APIs. Okay, let's go to the source code and see how to implement. Hi all, in this lab, let us understand how to implement the usage plans and message throttling at API level. Okay, now let's go to the source code. So here we are creating one API which is a REST API called calculate price and at a regional endpoint. Okay, so the type of the endpoint is a regional, and here we'll be using one resource which is called median price calculator for this demo. Okay. Now let us go with the rest of the configuration. So here the type of the method is post and the authorization is null, and the API key required is true. So that means we need an API key when the user sends the request. Okay, so this is what we are going to implement today. So if I proceed further with the API gateway integration, so we are using this region as one of the input the request template. So this is the integration response. So we are using a default response template, and the method response is also default 200, and the response model is empty. So this is the stage configuration. Now the deployment configuration. Now with respect to the API key configuration, now let us proceed further. So this is where we are creating one API key, okay, using this resource. So the name of the key is calculate price key, enable it is true, and the usage plan is platinum, and we are mapping this usage plan with various stages. So the stage that we have created is a dev stage, and at the within the dev stage for this particular resource and for this particular method, we are using a bust and the rate limit configuration. This is a method level. Okay. Now the quota is 500 per month. So this is the quota configuration, and the throttling configuration at the API level is also 100 and 200. The bust is 100 and the rate limit is 200. Okay. So it has to be the other way. So we need a default consistent rate of 100 and the bust is 200. Similarly, we have to configure bust to 100 and the rate as 100. Okay. So this is a throttling level configuration at the stage level, and this is for the individual method. Okay. Now we are also associating this API key with this usage plan. Okay. Now let us deploy this Terraform init, Terraform plan. Now let us do Terraform apply. So Terraform apply is completed. Now let us go to the console and see how the configuration looks like. Okay. So we are in the AWS console. for the API gateway. So this is the resource, this is the method. The API gateway API key is required. Okay, so it is enabled. Now if I go to the keys, so we have defined one key, calculate price key, and this is the key value, and the usage plan is platinum that we have configured for this key. So if I click on this, so you can see this is the usage plan, and this is the stage that it is associated, that's a dev stage. Okay, and this is the API key that we have created and associated with this particular plan. So that means when a user sends a request with this API key, automatically this plan is applied, and this plan is applied for this stage. Okay, so this is a stage at which it is applied, and individual method also we have some we have applied this. Okay, now let us go ahead and test this in terminal. Okay, let's see how this works. So here I'm copying the API key in one of the variable, and I'm making a request using the curl, and the key the API key is sent as part of this header x-API-key. So if I run this command, so you see that the request is uh, coming I mean request is validated against this API key, against the quota and the usage plan, and we're getting the response. So let us run this multiple times just to see to consume the quota. Okay, so we have configured a quota of 500 per month, and we also configured a rate limit of 100, the burst limit of 200. Okay, now let us it will take some time to reflect the usage in the quota, but I've run this in some time back. So if I go to the API gateway, this is the API. Let me go to the usage plans, and this is a usage plan, and associated API keys is this. So this is the API, and let us look at the usage plan. Okay, this is a usage plan, and one of the plan that we have created is a platinum, and associated API keys. This is where we have associated this key with this plan. Now if I look at the request remaining this amount this month, it is showing 481. Okay, so that means we have already consumed some quota, and if I go to action and download the export usage data, so you can also mention the from date and the to date, either CSV or JSON file, and export that, so you can see the data is coming in the JSON file. Okay, so that means you can get all the usage data also, you can export as a part of this console. Okay, so this is how we can conclude and see that the usage plans and API key are implemented at the API gateway level for every individual API that we can use, right? So just to summarize, what we have done is, for this particular median price calculator, so we have enabled the API key, and through which we have mapped that API key to a user plan. Okay, and using the user plan, we can control the burst rate, the regular request rate, and also the quota per month. Okay.